name's Melissa. I've had a lot of people asking me how I'm making my mask specifically, so I'm trying to keep this very short and sweet. I just made a video that lasted 21 minutes. It's kind of painful to even watch. I'll try to upload it to YouTube for more specifics, but if you just look right here, this is kind of some supplies. We're using pipe cleaner, bias tape. This is 1/2 double fold bias tape, 100% cotton cloth. I just like some kind of neutral colored prints that aren't too crazy for me personally. This is just a tool for cutting fabric, some tools for measuring fabric, pipe cleaners, and then basically what you want to start off with is a 9 by 12 inch piece of cloth, okay? So I've already cut it and I've already ironed the interfacing on here. I'm doing an interfacing that is 6 by 9, so you see when you fold it in half there, you have half of it with interfacing. That'll be towards the front of the mask to just kind of give you an extra protection layer of things coming in, and also just to give the fabric a little stiffness to hold up longer. So normally I would have ironed, this is already ironed, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a little fold in the back here. I'm gonna make one little cut. This is just a little shortcut that I've found. I've made about 20 of these, I guess, so I've kind of learned some little tricks to the trade. I'm gonna make a fold about 1/2 inch. And iron that down real good. Now I'm gonna come over to the machine. I didn't change my thread. This thread is not exactly matched, but just because I'm trying to get this video done, we're gonna go for it. You may want to pin this, but this is ironed so well, I'm not going to pin it. We're just going to do like a 1/4 inch seam here. This mask obviously is inside out right now. Okay, we're gonna flip it. We're gonna go back to the ironing board. Trying to be really quick because, like I said, I'm trying to make this where it's not too painful to watch. In the meantime, while I'm working on this, we have drop-up location of Northside Church, since a lot of my friends these locations would be good for you, and St. Mary's School are both gonna have some kind of container, bag, or box in front of them where you can drop these off, okay? All right, the next thing I'm gonna do, so I'm also just trying to make it where this will be the pocket on the finished product. This, I want it to be on the right-hand side. So for most right-handed people, when they go to put their filter in here, it's gonna go like that, if that makes sense. Now, I've been doing a few of these, like I said, so I don't know to tell you an exact measurement, but this, if you look at the front of the mask and you kind of center it, maybe about 1.5 inches in. So basically what you can imagine is that you're gonna be putting a pipe cleaner in side of it. So you could take your folded in half pipe cleaner, which gives you a nice cushion on the bridge of your nose to seal the mask down in the end. What we're gonna do is make a little pocket that you can pull this out of. We don't want it to be sewn in because this can get messed up in the wash. If this got wet, it would be kind of ruin the whole mask. So this way you can alter it. But okay, so basically you can kind of imagine it's there. Another thing my mom was just saying is it's basically the end of your thumb here, about that much length. But I'm just gonna put it in here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna sew, we want it to be on the same end that the pocket is, actually. So I think I somehow did this backwards. I feel like I did.
Upside down.
It's not. Okay. So about maybe 1/2 inch down. And then you're going to want to come down just straight down to the other end where I just showed you. And I guess we'll bring it to the end of the pocket, edge of where the pocket is. Or real close. We kind of changed that because we were sewing that in. But like I said, I just told you the reasons why for changing our mind on that. So now that that part's done, you'll see you'll be able to just slide this in. I'm just going to do it now so that you can understand what I'm talking about, but you know, you wouldn't have to do that until the end. Okay, now back to the ironing board. We're going to make our pleats. So there's some websites out there telling you you have to make your pleats like so many centimeters apart and blah, blah, blah. It's not true. Just got to make 3. So the way I'm doing it is pinning it a little bit in, just getting a rough estimate. Here's 2 examples of what the finished product will look like. Here's one, and here's a really pretty one with anchors on it. And you can see they both have the pipe cleaner and the ties. This is the bias tape. All right, so there's that first fold, second fold, and then third fold, and you can see like that's not perfect. If I wasn't trying to just make this video as fast as I can, I would probably like get a little OCD and adjust that, but it's gonna work just fine. My mom is a videographer. You know, we got to use what we can when we're not allowed to visit other people. But she's doing a great job. Thanks, Janice. All right, next part. Now for our bias tape. So this is already cut. We need to cut these between 33 inches and 36 inches long. If you do that, you'll be able to get 3 of these strings off of 1 little packet of bias tape. It's not really that much, but if you don't have like a bias tape maker, or you don't just have a ton of time on your hand, you're better off to just buy this stuff. That's why I'm doing it this way. It's easy. I don't have a lot of time. So I'm just folding it in half, exactly in half there. And I'm not measuring it. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just need it pretty good, pretty close to center. I'm gonna kind of open it up right here and put my mask in, keeping my pleats together relatively, and close it. And you can tell I've kind of done this a few times, so it might seem like I'm making it look easy, or maybe not. Now this is not the side that's gonna have the pocket, so this side's easy. We don't have to worry about it very much. And I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way down on this mask. Try not to go too fast right here, but then we can go fast all the way down. This is just to hold the bias tape closed. Trying to make this video fast, guys, I'm sorry. Now on the second side, you can see that we've got space here. So we have space here where our bias tape is gonna cover up that end, and we're still gonna be able to open our pocket. So you can see that there's still a little space there, enough space for that pocket. I'm just gonna do the same thing again. I like to do it on this side so you can just see, visualize that you're not sewing that pocket closed. These masks can be used in different ways. You can either slide a filter in it, or you can just use it like a regular mask. It's going to give you pretty good protection with that interfacing in it. And I'm not going to bore you with stitching the entire thing, but with all this, but I do like to kind of reinforce where the bias tape and the mask come together, and I do like to make one line down the bottom of the mask. So I'm going to go ahead and make that line down the bottom of the mask. And just while you're watching that, you know, I would just like to say, you know, first of all, thank you to everybody who's taking the time and doing this. You know, God bless you for it. I will like to just emphasize, if you are sick yourself, please don't be trying to make these masks. If you have a fever, a cough, diarrhea, or anything like that, you know, we don't need to try to spread any disease. We're trying to prevent disease right now. But that pretty much gives you an idea. So then the last thing to do really is take your pins out. And I'm going to finish stitching, but we're going to go ahead and end this video. And then, of course, I'm going to take the strings down. But where we are right now, you can see that really didn't take that long. Now that opens up, and there's your mask. And here's your pocket. It's going to open right up where you can slide in your filter. And that's it. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped. God bless. Thank you.